Hi, I'm Nancy Andrews along with Bonnie Stewart for This Week at the Capitol at CBIA. Bonnie, a lot of talk going on, of course, about the budget and budget negotiations. What's happening on that front?
This week, actually today, we're expecting that the Appropriations Committee will meet and vote out both the adjustment budget bill as well as the deficiency budget bill. So that means that the Appropriations Committee is starting to wrap up its work and the measures will be sent to the floor of the House and Senate for full votes.
And what about behind-the-scenes talks and negotiations for trying to resolve our budget deficit?
There seems to be quite a bit of difference of opinion between the House and the Senate as to what should be done. The Senate seems to be taking a more moderate approach and looking more to have some scale back of the budget in terms of spending. But many within House leadership are not interested in seeing those same cutbacks. So there's a difference of opinion, and until that's worked out, I'm not sure what we're going to have in terms of a final package.
Okay, and with 6 weeks to go, right?
Right, we're halfway through the legislative session, which has many people feeling pretty good, in the respect that not much chance to do harm, but at the same time, 6 weeks can be long, and a lot of negative stuff can happen. I think the good news is that, along with the budget bills coming out, there's a number of measures that the Appropriations Committee's been looking at to try to do more results-based accounting and tighten up the spending cap, a number of things that actually many of us would view as positive measures. And we're hoping those are acted upon as well.
Okay, and what happened in the Finance Committee?
Finance Committee actually has two great bills on their agenda for today that we're hoping are approved. One would cancel unissued bond obligations, which is good because it would free money up for the general fund and also lessen up some of those, that long list of bonds and our concerns regarding too much bonding in Connecticut. Another is a measure to clarify the standard of proof when it comes to tax appeals cases. So those are two great measures that we're hoping they approve later today. In addition to that, earlier this week, the Finance Committee had a public hearing, and on their agenda they had several good bills. The ones I just mentioned were on it, the unissued bond obligation bill. They had a couple others regarding some incentives to try to get companies to invest in Connecticut. Unfortunately, there were a couple negative measures that would have changed the corporate tax structure and created quite a bit of uncertainty, which always is a negative. So we're going to have to be positive about the bills that they've got on their agenda today that could be helpful, and continue to work to make sure those negative bills don't appear on their agenda.
Okay. And the Commerce Committee approved some regulatory reform bills?
The Commerce Committee's done a great job this year of identifying bills that they think would really help improve our business climate. And one of those has been the whole issue of regulatory reform. And earlier this week, when they had their deadline meeting, they actually approved a good regulatory reform package and sent it out of the committee. That's been sent to the floor for action, and that's really a positive measure. So we appreciate all the efforts of the Commerce Committee this year.
Okay. And the Education Committee took some positive steps to help reform high school curriculum.
Yes, been a number of concerns regarding high school dropout rates, and the Education Committee met yesterday and approved a bill to try to help close the achievement gap, increasing advanced placement classes at schools and doing a number of other things. So we're very positive about those efforts because we all know that we need an educated workforce, whether it's people leaving high school to enter the workforce or leaving high school to go on to higher education. They need to be prepared, and we believe that the bill that came out yesterday will help in that effort.
Okay. Well, what happens next with this bill and all the other bills?
Most of the bills at this time of year are being approved by the committees as they approach their deadlines or have reached their deadlines and get sent straight to either the Senate or the House. Depending on whether another committee needs to get their fingers on it, it may be circulated around to a few other committees, and if it doesn't, it'll actually be voted on by either the House or the Senate, should the leaders want to call that measure. So right now, we're going to see a lot of bouncing around from committee to committee of the various bills, and we're going to start to see action by either the full House or Senate or both.
Okay. And next week is a short week, but what's on tap?
Next week, the House is actually expected to go in and vote on the deficit mitigation package. So it, again, is expected to come out of the Appropriations Committee today. It'll be sent to the House, and then it's expected to be taken up on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week and approved by the House. So we'll start to see things move along with the budget. Once the budget actually moves, then you start to see the other bills move quickly behind them.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.